But the thing is, the reason why I didn't like Trump was because of TikTok. Because they put a bunch of videos in together. I didn't understand. I was young. A bunch of videos in together saying that he was going to destroy the country, and I believed it, and I didn't like him. And I talked to my dad about it. My dad was voting for Trump, and I was upset about it because of the TikTok I saw. But
so you think Trump was kind of mischaracterized, or?
I feel like it's just all everything's propaganda.
Hey, it's Jordan. I am in Flint, Michigan, East Palestine, Ohio, Tumwa, Iowa. Please support the only independent outlet on the ground covering what the corporate media covers up. You want to talk? Did you vote?
Yeah.
Awesome. You voted?
What?
You voted?
Yeah.
Awesome. What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Jim Kerr.
Hey, Jordan. What's your name?
Dino.
Dino. Status Coup. We're on YouTube.
Status Coup?
Coup. C-O-U-P. Yeah. So tell us, you're from Philly?
Yes, sir.
Is this your first time voting?
It is.
Okay. Yeah, you're about 18, 19?
18.
Awesome. So, what was, oh, okay. Awesome. So, tell me, if you want, who you voted for, why'd you vote for them?
For sure. Trump all the way. I voted for him because I think that, first off, he's funny. Second off, I think that...
He's president.
Yeah, I think that he's going to do a lot for the country.
All right, let's just slow down for a second. The first thing, so you're basically voting for because he's funny.
I mean, he is pretty funny. That's one of the reasons. Maybe it's
Are you going to a late night comedy lounge, or are you voting for maybe start nuclear war here?
I mean,
no new wars under Trump is what I'm saying. No new wars under Trump. New wars under Biden and Kamala. And I feel like we were all living better when Trump was in office, except for COVID. A bunch of unemployment there. All the prices for everything is so high. He first president to make peace with North Korea. Didn't even get a Nobel Peace Prize for that. I just feel like we need a change of office.
And for you, when you say no new wars, you're basically talking, obviously under Biden, yeah. things have gotten worse with Russia, Ukraine. Things have gotten worse.
The only president in years to have no new wars when he was in office. He kept us out of wars and kept other people out of wars.
You care under Trump, even though there was no hot wars. He increased us droning around the world. Obviously, didn't cut the military. Didn't get us out of Afghanistan. You have a problem with any of that?
No, I like that we stayed in Afghanistan.
Really?
Yes, I do.
How come?
Because of the terrorists that were there. I was pissed that Biden pulled us out of Afghanistan.
Interesting. So, with Trump, you like that no new wars, but you wanted him to stay in Afghanistan.
I don't think Russia would have invaded Ukraine if Trump would have won in 2020.
Really?
I don't think Israel would have. I don't think Israel and Palestine would be happening if Trump was in office.
You think other countries are more scared of Trump, I guess, so they wouldn't mess around?
Yes, I do. Trump made NATO actually pay up for once, and he didn't let them walk all over him. That was a nice car.
I'm curious, just young people, because we have so much information. Yeah. Do you get most of your stuff from TikTok? Do you get most of your stuff from a larger news outlet? Where did you kind of get into politics, what you were watching?
Podcast. Joe Rogan.
Yeah, podcast.
Joe Rogan and
Nelk Boys.
Full Send Podcast.
Nelk Boys.
Definitely.
I guess I didn't like Trump at first, but I was young. But the thing is, the reason why I didn't like Trump was because of TikTok. Because they put a bunch of videos in together. I didn't understand. I was young. A bunch of videos in together saying that he was going to destroy the country, and I believed it, and I didn't like him. And I talked to my dad about it. My dad was voting for Trump, and I was upset about it because of the TikTok I saw. But
so you think Trump was kind of mischaracterized, or?
I feel like it's just all everything's propaganda. I'm actually happy at the.
Well, you said you watch Fox News, which I'm sorry to tell you. I work there. It's a lot of propaganda there too.
Propaganda on every news station, even Fox News, which is for the Republicans. There's propaganda everywhere. Yeah. So
I'm curious though. I ask everyone this because Harris, I think, puts out a lot of stuff that's very vague. But Trump also just kind of says things like day one, war's over. Day two, everything, all the prices go down. What is he present? One sec. What is he presented? How is he going to lower? We got 40 years of high prices. It's called gentrification, rent, housing. I mean, colleges. How is he going to lower prices on those things that have been going up forever?
Honestly, I don't know. But what you were talking about, the day one stuff, that's an exaggeration. But I do feel like he's going to stop the Russian-Ukrainian war because him and Putin had a relationship, and Putin was scared of him, I believe.
He also respected him, in my opinion.
And King John.
So when you say respect, do you think Putin actually thinks oh, this guy Trump?
Yeah, I mean,
He's a little loose. I don't know if he would use a nuke kind of thing.
yeah, and you see Biden, it's like he has no ability to do anything. It feels like it's like in reality, who's like, he's just an idiot. I feel like he's like falling down the stairs. He can't say anything.
I wish they would ask Kamala the questions that they asked Vance and Trump. Because you ask her a question and she just goes straight to, oh, I'm from a middle class family. I worked at McDonald's, all this stuff. And I see interviews of them asking, oh, what's your favorite thing to cook? What's your favorite ice cream? All this stuff. But they don't ask her actual questions.
And
her job was for the border. And look how that turned out.
well, that's kind of bullshit too, because the vice president has no power on both sides. So when they complain,
to control the border.
right? But the point is, they could assign her to do anything. Ultimately, the buck stops with the president. The vice president shows up to funerals and other things. My question, though, is, because you said an interesting point, and I think if Harris loses, this might be an open question. Yeah. If Biden had dropped out earlier, because it was very clear Biden, I was saying in 2020, this guy needs to go to sleep. Yeah. If he would have dropped out earlier and there might have been whether it be Kamala or somebody else, would you have considered somebody if Biden was out earlier and there was an alternative, or it would have been most likely Trump for you the whole time?
Trump. Just Trump. Yeah, I'm a Republican.
Agreed.
I like Trump in 2016. I wanted him to win to 2020, but I couldn't vote. And this year I could vote, so I voted for Trump.
And I'm going to ask, because abortion's a big issue. Obviously, you guys don't have those parts. However, you're young. If you happen to, you're in Pennsylvania, so maybe less relevant here. But do you have any concern that Trump, obviously we know he brags about overturning Roe v. Wade, but more specifically, he's kind of dodged if a national abortion ban came to his desk, whether he would sign it or not?
I'm not really caught up like what Roe v. Wade is, but I know it's about abortion. My feelings and thoughts of abortion is after a certain point, it is a living being and it shouldn't be killed. But I feel like there is some good things with abortion, like if a girl gets raped or something. But I feel like if you're like after a certain point of like conception or whatever, like the fetus, it's a living thing and you can't kill it.
Yeah, I agree with what he said. I think that if you really think about what they're doing, I think that there should be exceptions. Like he mentioned, if a girl does get raped or if it was unintentional, there should definitely be exceptions because it's a bad situation to put the baby in. But a lot of times, like let's just say someone regrets having the kid and then they just kill it. It's really sad if you think about it. And I just wouldn't vote for someone who stands behind that.
And my last question for you: what do you think about Trump? 2020, you guys obviously didn't vote. We know what happened, January 6th. He says there was fraud. There was no fraud. It was all bullshit, frankly. He was there at the Capitol. He got that footage of the cop's head rammed into the door. Trump's already starting up again that there's voter fraud in Pennsylvania.
Well, I did see a video of a mail-in ballot box being set on fire. I think it was in Chicago or so. I saw it was somewhere.
Are you sure it was authentic?
It was
a lot of deep fakes going on.
No, it looked real. It was a mail-in ballot box, looked like that, and it was on fire.
My point overall is he already started like months ago that the election's rigged, voter fraud.
That's why I want everyone to vote early. So, I honestly think Kamala's going to win because of voter fraud and everything.
You think she's going to win because of voter fraud?
I do think she's going to win. Yeah, I don't think they would let Trump in office to.
Who's they? You said they won't let him.
They won't let Trump in office again.
Well, they is a specific. Are you talking about like the deep state? Are you talking about
everyone? Majority, yeah. They don't want Trump in office to take away their jobs and their income because he wants to get rid of federal income tax and he wants to get rid of tax on tips and overtime tax.
Where did he say he wants to get rid of federal income tax?
Joe Rogan podcast.
Trump said he wants to get rid of federal income tax?
He did.
And another thing
he said he wants to replace it with tariffs.
In my opinion, the most
well, if he does like 20-30% tariffs on all these companies, the companies just raise their prices and everything. They just pass it off to you, the consumer. It's not. Yeah.
Well, federal income tax was meant to be temporary after Civil War, and then it got upped. Well, I think it was it Wilson that was president that upped it or made it. I'm learning about it right now in my senior class, but.
Thanks, guys.